the eighth one is input the values, I guess. Yeah. uh, Recreate the web page, and the input fields must be validated, uh, and the web page must be responsive, and you should be able to enter details using this web page, and the data should be stored in a database that we have created previously, the database ABC. Okay, let's see. Here you have to choose the title, Mr. uh, I'm going to give some values. I'm going to give register, and it says empty values because there are a lot of fields are empty, and I'm going to say 456 as contact number, and it still say check the address and details. It says check the address and details. Okay, and I'm going to give identifier, street name as street, city name as city, and it says same numbers. Invalid phone number 1. So let's say invalid phone number 2, but it says there's a little mistake. We can do it here. And we have to change it. No, we had to change it in here. You have to change on the on your project. You can easily, you have to change in on the server side, because I have uploaded the files the server side. And I have we uploaded the files because there were slight errors. Now it will work. And if you say if you give a value like this as a phone number, invalid phone number 2, so I'm gonna give another phone number, and it still says invalid phone number. Now it says invalid email. Okay, now we have to change the mail. The password is too short. I have to insert a special character. Yeah, I think it worked. Let's see. What's the issue? Yeah, it's not the database that we are looking for, because the database, we should look for the database in the server side. Here, yeah, we have inserted the values and we have stored the value. So that's all for the question 8. Let's move on to the question. No, I have to show you the codes before moving on to the question 9 here, especially the validations part. To I have used Ajax and form data form to send data to the server side, and here I have stored the values using I have stored the values, and those are the functions to especially sanitizing the data, and the data format, the date for the the database date format is differs from the input date format. You can see the date comes first, but in the database you can see the year comes first, so I had to change it to year, month, date format. This is how I did it, using this function here, and I used this function to get a proper email, and this is how I made the password valid check. Here you can see the phone number sanitizing process. This one, the 2 lines of codes, those are the process for sanitizing the phone numbers, validating, and I simply use the if-else functions, if-else statements to do the validation process. It's not much, and after all these validations, the validations are right. If the input values are satisfied the validation process, we can move on to the database thing. And yeah, and that's how I made the sign up page. Now we can move on to the question 9.